Hello and a really warm welcome to this video where I am talking all about the question of what type of wealth are you creating in your business. So you might be thinking, well, there's only one type of wealth I am creating, Rachel, and that is wealth that allows you to live your lifestyle or maybe a slightly improved lifestyle. But today's video, I'm going to open the door on a conversation that I am inviting you to be part of, where I am proposing that there is another way to generate wealth in your business and for a different reason as well. So I'm Rachel Smith, business grower, and I work with female entrepreneurs just like yourself to fulfill their dreams of generating 5k of income from their business every single month. We use money mindset and business strategies, and we get into aligned action and we show up and we do the frigging work. This is how we grow the business. And this is the conversation that I want for us to have today is one that I think is long overdue. And it might also be really triggering for some of you, especially if you definitely have some blocks around the word wealth and thinking about money and about thinking about having more money. And I understand that, and that's, it's been my own personal journey to uncover my deep-rooted beliefs around money and to release them as well, because they don't help anybody. But back to the question is, what type of wealth are you creating in your business? And there's basically two types of wealth that you can create. One is lifestyle wealth, and that is the wealth that allows you to live your life. And that might be, if you were thinking consciously, like that is the type of wealth that I'm creating. Perhaps you are striving to generate a little bit more wealth in your lifestyle so you can have an even more fabulous lifestyle than you currently do. But there is another type of wealth that you can create, one that has an impact not just on your life today, but it impacts in so many different powerful ways, including the generations of your family. So let's dive into this, because this is what I want to talk to you about today. This is what I'm opening the conversation about. And what I'm actually talking about is creating generational wealth. So I'll just let that sit there for a moment, because it might be the first time you've actually heard of this, or it might not be. Maybe you're already on the path to creating generational wealth like I am. And if you are, I'd love to hear from you. But generational wealth is all about actually looking at how society today is structured. And it hasn't changed much, but it could change if we all started to adopt this idea of not just creating wealth in our lifetime, but creating wealth for the generations of our families long after you have departed Earth, which might be a bit deep and dark. But let's get into this. So for me personally, it's something my husband and I have consciously decided to do. We have two amazing children, and we have decided that we are the ones in our family tree to actually change the state of our financial future. And we are purposely creating generational wealth so that it helps and supports our children to have more money, and so on and so forth. So it's just a ripple effect, isn't it, all the way down the lines. And one of the reasons why I think this is really important is that we have in society a structure that has remained the same for hundreds of years, where only a small proportion of the population have wealth. They have wealth that's been handed down as well. And that's about 1%. And in that 1%, a tiny fraction of that are women. And however, we as female entrepreneurs are in a unique situation where we can generate as much wealth as we desire. All we have to change is our internal beliefs about generating wealth and just creating a bigger vision. That's all we need to do. So let's talk about just this generational wealth. The idea behind it is, instead of becoming a wealth consumer, where you are consuming everything and having this amazing lifestyle, but at the end of your life, you've only got a limited amount of assets. Creating generational wealth is about intentionally creating more and more wealth and investing that wealth. Yes, have a lifestyle, most definitely, but it's also about creating wealth that impacts the generations, so that actually the income gap within society becomes closer and closer, because more, as we step into this, more and more people are generating more and more income, more and more wealth. And what, as I shared with you earlier, is that one of the things that we do as a family is that we have intentionally created generational wealth, so that we change the story, the beliefs, our family's origins around money and wealth, so that for our children and their children and so on and so forth, it starts to shift and change for them, and it's really normal for them to be in a situation of abundance, of plenty. And what happens when this occurs is that, obviously society starts to shift and change, but also we can decide, as all of us can decide, when we start to generate more and more money, is that we can decide how we're going to use that money. So if you're creating more and more wealth, and if you're generationally going to create more and more wealth, there's going to be more and more money to go around. And that means, as an individual, you can decide how you get to spend and invest that money in the things that you are passionate about. So personally for me, because I have generated a certain level of wealth, I've been able to step into volunteering in a brilliant charity where I am giving hours of my time every single week. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was just creating lifestyle income. But because I've got this sustainable income, I can step out of my life and go and really impact the world in a beautiful way, which is amazing. Another side of that is actually tomorrow, so Friday, when a lot of you will be watching this, is that my husband has been able to go down to working 4 days a week, which is amazing. So he can actually work less, because already the additional wealth we have created is allowing him to take some more time out, which is absolutely amazing. And if this is possible for us, this is possible for you as well. As I said right at the beginning, it's just about starting to think differently about wealth. It's starting to change your origin story that you have around money, and it's starting to have a bigger vision for yourself and your business, so that rather than creating lifestyle wealth, you start to create generational wealth, where you have surplus money after all your needs have been met to actually invest in other things that allow you to change your financial situation and that of the generations to come really significantly. So I would love to hear your thoughts about this. Have you already started down this path? If you have, I'd love to hear from you. If this is like the first time you've heard this and it's really got you thinking, again, I would love to hear from you. If you've got any questions about how you can create generational wealth, please pop them down below. And I really do just think that this is a conversation starter, isn't it? This is about saying that every single one of us has an opportunity to choose from generating lifestyle wealth or generating bigger, juicier amounts of money that will allow you to positively impact like your life here whilst you're here, but also that of the generations in your family. So if you have loved this conversation, get involved in the conversation below. You can find me on all my social media links as well. So pop onto those social media links and come and have a chat. Tell me you've watched this video. And equally, if you are like, I love these videos, I want to, have more access to this, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. And there's a ton of content on there as well, where I share how, more things about your mindset, about your relationship with money, and how you can monetize your business. So just before I sign off, I just want to remind you that when you change your mindset, you are changing your life. Okay, bye for now.